why it's nice without skipping.
Yeah.
You did it.
First class.
Got a lot of headwind. Woohoo! Huh? Got some headwind, huh?
You.
Woohoo! Baby bala bala.
Okay, there we are. Nice little weekend ride down to Old Airport.
Yeah, it was a nice morning. Well,
Yeah.
mid-morning.
Mid-morning. Here we'll pass through the little modern shopping center we don't like to go to, but
Yeah, there we go.
Old Airport. It's kind of a rootsy, kind of the classic park in town. Really classic.
Yeah, it's the ocean.
We're
Coming
almost
up to.
there.
That was a nice thing right there. Animal clinic
Animal
today.
clinic today. We have this one goes on once a month down
Yeah,
there. They
usually mid-month they have
mid-month.
for 2 days they have a big
2
spade.
days. They do
Yeah.
2 or 3 hundred pets usually.
A
Or
month,
A
yeah.
month,
Yeah,
animal,
every
just
clinic.
this one. They have them around the island because we're trying to get a control of the cats and too many pets laying around and people leave, and
Yeah.
it was all pretty well under control. But
Lots of feral cats,
lots of feral cats because
abandoned
they messed us up.
kittens and
Yeah.
trash cans and
But we're going to visit today the little public gardens where people kind of adopt a little garden plot and make it down here. I haven't been down here in years. I don't know if I've ever really walked all the way through. I always forget about it.
it's usually really hot down there.
It's really hot down
So,
there.
right now it's
today
like 95.
95, 96,
Yeah.
virgin hotter. But even though when you're riding, you kind of have a little cooling breeze.
Yeah, we had some trade
Yeah,
winds,
it's
but
nice
it's
to
still
have
cooking
a
down there.
little garden. Some people build a little cabana. A little family was hanging in that one. And
I
they
like
had
all the little chairs everywhere.
chairs and
Those metal chairs
little
and table.
painted things all
Yeah.
over the place. It's pretty darn neat.
Yeah, they fix it up nicely. There's
Some
walkers.
That's usually, I don't know if it gets very crowded there. I think sometimes people come
Maybe
down.
early in the morning.
Maybe early people come when it's cooler. When they first open the park, they like to walk the street because it is hot. But people made little paths, and
Yeah, it's kind of, I like the grass area.
yeah, I wish we had more bike trails like this around this. I don't think this is an official bike trail. but,
It's
There's
not.
not a lot around here. So
We're not supposed to be on there riding. We'll find out here in
We
a few.
found out later. We
Yeah.
didn't know then because there was no signs, and I don't think we were too intrusive or anything.
Yeah, be going slow. Just
There's always someone like on a big bike speeding through. That kind of wrecks it for everybody. They're
Yeah.
always doing that stuff.
yeah, there's some nice spots to chill because there's shade. Because you
Yeah.
gotta have shade. There's some more walkers.
More walkers, and they have a couple of little lawn areas that are nice. They keep pretty watered because they're green. So
Yeah.
they're using a little water on them too. They're not all dried up and kind of abandoned. They're stopping in the shade too. You don't want to stand in the sun too long. It starts to
No.
make your brain boil.
Yeah, you seek shade down there. You
Yeah.
can't even. But then 95 versus 105 is a big difference.
There's a
So
big difference. There we go. This cat was like
Oh,
napping
you're
in the
looking
middle
good.
of the
Come here,
path
kitty.
in the shade.
Right by the feeding station. Come here. It's okay.
Right by the plumerian bush. There's a feeding station like
Okay.
Cats, and different groups run different feeding stations, even though there's been
huh?
a lot of new people
there's more
moved here who
kitties.
don't like the feeding stations for whatever reason. I think they just don't like anything.
Yeah.
But
Is that
I
feeding
don't think
station?
they really bother anybody. And the cats that there are, they trap them,
okay,
have them spayed, and then snip their ear, and then the cats live out their life being fed and not bothering anyone.
Yeah.
Instead of constantly having more kittens. Things like
Mm.
that.
They don't bother anybody.
I don't
You
think
know. Most people love cats.
Here we go. Let's continue. So this
Okay.
is
Let's go
the
across.
north end of the loop. Now we're going to head back on the other side of the grassy area.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
so hot, you
nice
can
little
almost stop.
park.
Yeah, it's nice. You could stop in the shade. It's a lot cooler in the shade.
Yeah.
It's still hot though down there.
You love those big trees.
Yeah, big trees growing. They left it pretty nice.
They must trim them too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they look trimmed.
They look trimmed. They looks like they take pretty good care of that one. But we
Because
kind of,
usually those trees just go
yeah.
big and wild.
Everyone else down there in their cars parks in this. You can see they tuck under these trees
Yeah.
because otherwise it gets so freaking hot in the summer down
Yeah, October going to be another hot
there.
month.
October is really hot. You'd think it wasn't, but October is super hot.
Especially during that Ironman
Yeah,
coming up.
Ironman. Well, that's kind of why the bikes, because the Ironman bike riders aren't as pleasant, say, as
We usually never go out on Ironman, but we might ride our bikes
we might
down
ride.
and
Doesn't bother them.
yeah, do some
Not really
film.
on their,
Yeah,
on their track or
yeah,
anything.
but we can ride down to the race
Yeah,
with
we
our
can ride
bikes
down to the race.
because the
and see
traffic
it
is
go
usually
by.
pretty mellow that day and not close to the race.
And when our fellow walker finishing her loop,
Yeah,
and we're going to come around too. Some of the gardens seemed a little bit, it's probably just too hot to come work on them. Probably in the winter months, people come and work more on their gardens.
yeah. Some
But they
of
set
them
up
look a little abandoned,
a little
right?
abandoned, but they have nice chairs. Maybe people abandon them and someone else needs to adopt them, but
Yeah,
you need to have free time to go down there.
there's a lot of benches there with names on them too.
Yeah, a lot of people have
donated.
donated benches. But overall, it's pretty neat. It's a nice little stroll, and you can actually do a shorter walk, I realized right there, if you wanted, so that's nice.
Maybe people adopt the trees there
They
too.
might.
Could be. Just,
They have all those little workout things.
yeah.
If you wanted, I don't, it'd be pretty hot, but people
I'd-
probably do that. And then here's the big entrance. I kind of kept going. Oops.
Yeah, I spotted it with the big sign, no bikes.
No bike. Here it is. Yes, there's no bike.
Yeah.
Anyway, someone left their jacket there. But that's, but you know what's nice, and we didn't bother anyone, but we wouldn't get to do anything on your bikes almost.
Yeah, you can't really.
Yeah.
This town is not bike friendly.
Not bike friendly, really. But this is the old airport, still the airport runway. Nice beach on one side. It's still pretty neat. Plenty of parking, that's one thing.
Yeah.
There's plenty of parking out here.
I'm trying to remember what time we were there, around 10:30?
10:30,
11-ish.
10:30, 11 before we got down there.
And
And
the
it rained
beach-
really hard.
Yeah,
the
it's
night
empty.
before.
I mean, we just can't believe how empty it is.
Really empty. And then there's the main restroom has been being renovated for 2 or 3 years
Yeah,
now.
no
They haven't
restrooms. They
finished
just
it.
have
They have
those.
the porta potties now.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, these were pretty nice restrooms, though, in the shower. Even though cold water, it was nice to come out of
Yeah.
the water or whatever and be able to rinse off and everything. I
Maybe
think the
it's-
showers still work. I didn't try them. I'm not sure. But
I
they
wouldn't
were-
trust that septic in that restroom right there. Maybe that's why it's closed
Yeah, it might
down.
be
Too
close
close.
because at one time they put their septic tanks right under these restrooms right by the water, which
Yeah.
is really crazy.
Yeah, right by the ocean. That's crazy.
They have nice cabanas. They're older, but they keep it, the
They keep-
workers who
yeah.
keep this place keep it really nice for what they have. They come and sweep the little pads off every day. And
Yeah, it was really clean, I
really
must
clean
say.
down there.
Till you
Yeah.
walk down to the water, and
Yeah,
first thing you find
look
is
at these
trash.
places to have lunch or a little party or picnic. I mean, they're great. We always end up picking up a little bit of trash that was missed. So someone, since they came and swept these this morning, had already left their beer bottles and stuff around.
Well, the bottle I found was floating in the water.
Oh, that's right. You found that
Yeah.
one floating in the water because we walked
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were pretty clean. This was someone tossed their bottle in the water.
Yeah, I don't
or
know how
it
it's.
floated
I
up.
thought it had been in there for a while because I already had those.
Barnacles and
Yeah.
stuff. That's growing on it.
Yeah, crazy.
So no one
Glass
had
bottle.
messed up the barnacles.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I was.
We just had a lot of stuff coming up to shore because with all that rain and everything
Yeah, there's a
going
lot
on.
of things washing the
Trash
ocean,
floating.
so there's a lot of little particles and wood things, and,
Yeah.
and a little bit of trashy stuff, but not a lot. But it's nice this morning, lower tide.
Yeah, there's little rollers out there on the shell. Well, it was really low tide, yeah.
It's really
That's why
low
it was breaking.
There is a little bit of surfing down here, but it's super shallow. It's not like it's a marginal way because one
Yeah.
time people might not have come down to it that much. But it's good on a boogie board, but it's really shallow. There's a little marginal wave out there that's not bad. It's super short.
Wasn't there a shark out there one time we were out by
We
the
were
water?
out, there was a shark.
Yeah.
And we just talked about how you shouldn't panic
Yeah.
and abandon everyone. And of course, the person talking like that, the minute they spotted a shark, abandoned everyone and
took
panicked
off
to shore.
and panicked to
Left
shore.
left his cousins out there
Yeah.
with the shark calmly coming in. Yeah, he panicked
Just-
to shore, yelling "shark," and
Yeah.
left them. But
Yeah.
anyway, that was just a note of humor.
You're supposed to stay calm and
Just stay
advise
calm,
everyone else
advise
and paddle
everyone,
in.
and
Don't start splashing water like crazy.
there's a couple ponds to swim in on either, but you know it's a little rocky in there, so you do have to be careful if you're. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily an easy place to go snorkel or swim off of.
Yeah.
It's extremely shallow. There we go. I've been practicing with this Invisi stick thing with the camera. We finally got to work. I had to figure out a couple things.
Yeah. No more shadow. Well,
Yeah,
maybe tiny
a
bit.
little bit. That's how you hold it. But I got the stick to disappear.
Yeah.
I realized on the iPhone you have to put it in airplane mode for that program to work. If you don't have airplane mode, it won't it won't
Yeah.
later take the stick out for you. It does it after you film. But we're pretty good. There's
Yeah.
all right. So we had a nice stop down there.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Nice breeze going in, enough to cool down a little bit.
Without those cabanas, it'd be rugged. Well,
Yeah.
I see people. I don't know how they do it. They just sit out there in that sand in the direct sun.
I mean, when I first moved there, you couldn't even get into the cabana. You had to be there like first thing in the morning to get a spot, but it's pretty empty there.
Yeah.
Remember how busy it
It
used to
used
be?
to get really busy. And then sometimes it does. There's also some parks over here that are having a big soccer match or something going
Yeah, I
on.
think that's what it is, soccer,
Yeah,
football.
one of those things. But that's it. And we're going to depart now and
There we
we'll
go.
drive back. We did a little bit on the highway. We'll go back to the truck. You've seen. One day we'll do the highway.
Yeah.
There's a big long bike lane on the highway that you can go 100 miles, 50 out, 50 back, or whatever. But on the other hand, it's super hot and there's cars like zipping by you, right by you. And it's not really pleasant necessarily.
Yeah, it
But
isn't.
Yeah, there we go. You get another bike ride with us, and we
There
might
go.
do one today too.
Yeah, never know. All right.